answer this question we threw out there before the break. And then I want to get to some story that's huge in sports, and we haven't talked about it at all. But I think it's a bigger story as it pertains to the way people deal with one another anymore. We asked before the break, what do you think is the most popular brand amongst NBA players? Brandon in Ann Arbor said number 1, Nike, number 2, Adidas, number 3, Jordan. Jeff in St. Clair Shores said number 1, Adidas, number 2, Nike, number 3, Jordan. Mike in Flint Township said Nike, Adidas, Jordan. In that order. From an unnamed texter, 1 Nike, 2 Adidas, 3 Reebok, 4 Under Armour. Well, I found this interesting because of stuff we hear all the time. But here is the result. 64% of NBA players wear Nike. 17.7 wear Adidas, 9.8 wear Jordan, and 3.5 wear Under Armour. And the reason we bring it up is because we've talked about this in the past, about branding and how Under Armour is absolutely the brand of a younger generation. It is a distant fourth here. And you and I have always talked about kind of preferring, feeling a little old school, Nike guys, but like we have shoe deals. But whenever that happens, we get flooded with texts from people. All my kids, all the kids want is Under Armour. And those kids are turning into young NBA players. 3.5% of them have Under Armour. That's a total of 18 players wear Under Armour in the NBA. So I found that to be interesting. Okay. And I'm not quite sure why the Under Armour hasn't taken off with the NBA players.
Even Kevin Durant the other day said it publicly. Ain't no one wearing Under Armour shoes, play basketball. I mean, maybe football.
Are you sure he said it?
Well, his burner account said it.
Yeah.
Well, he said it under a different account.
Right, he said it under a different name or whatever. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe for football, baseball, and, dry fit type stuff. Under Armour's good with that. We brought this up, like you said, the other day, and all the hunters texted in and called and said they have really good hunting stuff, Under Armour. Yep. So they're just not going to be doing well in basketball. It's going to be tough. They're behind the 8 ball in basketball.
Maybe it has something to do with the old man shoes that Steph Curry wears.
Oh, the dads?
Yeah.
The stony ones?
Yeah. Those are so bad. Okay. One of the big stories in sports that's going around is from the aforementioned Kevin Durant, who got caught this week tweeting from his account, but thinking he was doing it from what is called a burner account, a fake account. So he was defending criticism. He was defending Kevin Durant against criticism of Kevin Durant, but he did it from the Kevin Durant account and not the fake account that he had made up. So somebody criticizes him, and Kevin Durant tweets from Kevin Durant's account with the little blue check mark. He didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ. Imagine taking Russ off that team. See how bad they were. KD can't win a championship with those cats. Except he did it from the official Kevin Durant account.
Well, did Kevin Durant do that, or did one of his underlings who uses his account and tweets back to people, did they just do it and forgot that they
Kevin Durant admitted it, apologized, and said he went a little too far.
All right.
So Kevin Durant did it.
Well, that's dumb.
Yes, it is. But here's the question.
Do you need fake accounts when you're Kevin Durant?
When you're Kevin Durant, just ignore the haters. Yes. Yes, people are going to think it was a little weak to latch onto that team. You did what you want to do. I personally think it's weak. I personally can't imagine doing that. But at the end of the day, Kevin Durant did it, and Kevin Durant only has to answer to Kevin Durant.
You can't imagine doing what?
Doing what Kevin Durant did.
With a Twitter account?
No. Leaving Oklahoma City to go to Golden State.
You can't?
Nope.
You're all about winning championships.
I am, but there's a loyalty to me, and people don't get me, right? People say, oh, you went to Michigan State. You like Michigan. I grew up in Ann Arbor. I was a Michigan fan. I stayed a Michigan fan. Never changed. Padre fan. Stayed a Padre fan. Never changed. And Kevin Durant leaves Oklahoma City, goes to Golden State. He's going to take a ton of criticism for that. The thing is, why does he care? Why does he care? Why does he care that there are trolls out there that don't like him? Why does he care?
Because he's human, man.
Right. I was going to say, everybody.
He's human. People,
nobody wants
no one wants
to
to be hated or be told
agree.
what to do, how to do it.
But isn't the real life what people will say to you in a one-on-one situation to your face far more meaningful than what people will say sitting at their keyboards?
Well, how old's Kevin Durant? In his 20s? Because nowadays, the concept of reality is different to a 20-something-year-old.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think
social
you're
media
right.
is their life. It's
I think
part
you're
of
right.
their life.
I mean, social media, you can find hatred if you have any public face at all, right? You can find hatred anywhere if you really want it. But Kevin Durant, you know what Kevin Durant was trying to do? He was trying to capture something he lost a long time ago, and that's anonymity. He doesn't have it. Like the troll can get on Twitter and tweet anonymously. Nobody really knows who you are. Kevin Durant tried to defend Kevin Durant anonymously. And you can't do it anymore, Kevin. You can't. If you're going to defend yourself, you got to defend yourself. You look very skeptical over there.
I just think that sometimes people get affected by that. I can see it.
I can too, but if you are Kevin Durant, why? Why would you do that? Why would you let...
Because it matters.
Great...
Obviously, it matters to him. Your question is why you shouldn't let it matter to you. But
you shouldn't.
But to him, it matters.
Valenti had a great saying. He said, why let these people in your living room when it comes to social media? Because that's what you're doing. You're letting the hater come into your house and hate on you when you sit on your couch and read your mentions. And trust me, they're out there. They're out there.
I agree with you that Kevin Durant should just ignore these guys. But he's different, and he cares, and it does bother him. And you said, why let him into your living room? He actually kind of likes letting a few guys into his living room. He says he enjoys interacting with the fans and with people out there. But with that is going to come this stuff, and he clearly does not like it, clearly can't handle it, but it's part of who he is. I mean, it does bother him. It shouldn't maybe bother him, like you said, but it does, clearly. I mean, if he's out there tweeting things like this, back trying to be anonymous, trying to defend himself, it bothers him.
When we were talking about, the internet troll and whether or not they'd say it to your face, do you know anyone that their internet personality is so much worse than their real personality?
Well, I think everyone on the internet is worse than what they are in real life.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You think
everyone?
Let's see, Doug. We get this all the time when people send stuff into our Twitter account, or they'll send it in to ticket text, okay? And they'll send some nasty stuff. And then you reply with something, and then what do they say? 9 times out of 10, what do they say?
Oh, sorry, didn't know you'd read this.
Right.
Great show.
Big fan of the show.
I think the people on the internet are far worse than what they would be in person.
You said everyone.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure. I don't think everyone is.
How about 90%?
I don't even think it's that. I think there are people out there that are far worse text and internet communication. I mean, I know people, the internet personality of them, I can't believe it. The social media person that they are.
I think they're far worse social media wise than they are in real life.
Yes.
That's the point. That's what you were.
I know, but I'm saying I don't think it's everyone. I think it's closer to 90% are normal. I think 90% of Facebook posters are normal. 90% of what people tweet is just normal communication. I think it's the 10%
all right, well,
that are bad, that are internet.
I think it depends what they're tweeting or texting about. Okay, if you put up a picture of your kid on the first day of school, most people are going to react in a normal way. Oh, how nice. Oh, big day for you. This is great.
You.
I don't respond to it, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Just talk about it on
I'll
the
just
show.
throw a picture of my dog up there. It's the same thing. But if you put up a political post, then see what the reaction is.
Well, then people really get nasty.
They go to war. But is that reflective of who you think that person really is as a person, or just how they feel when they're going knee jerk and responding to something in a post?
Oh, I think it's clearly what they are on the internet. I mean, people, and I guess I choose the face-to-face world far more than I let the internet world either get me excited or get me depressed. It's the face-to-face world.
That's fine,
now,
but you're also not on Facebook.
Nope.
And anything you follow on Twitter is work related. I don't know what you do on Instagram.
Yeah, but I mean the ticket texts that come in, right?
Yeah.
The ticket texts that come in, we could depress ourselves if we chose to, right?
We could. That's why we let King sort
That's
those
right.
out.
But
I
that's
just get depressed for all of us.
That's right.
Kevin Durant apparently reads it all and lets it bother him.
That's him. I mean, everybody's different.
True. I mean, true. I guess my
Obviously,
advice,
it's a real sore spot for him when people start talking about him buying his championship or whatever by going to the best team and making the best team even better and guaranteeing that he's going to win a championship. Does it stick in his craw? Yeah. You know why it sticks in his craw? Because people have no idea what really went on in his mind to make that decision. It was probably a real heart-wrenching decision to decide to get up and leave.
You can't know, but he did it for his own reasons, and for that I can respect. I guess the thing about Kevin Durant is, my advice to him is quit reading your mentions. Quit reading your mentions.
Maybe you should send that to him in a tweet so that he'll watch it.
Should. 248-539-9797, 97.1 The Ticket.